Welcome to the Black Lion Podcast. I'm your host, Don, and our special guest. I'm with our special guest, Shenise Nicole, and tonight we will be talking about red flags in a relationship. And here are 10 of the top red flags in a relationship. Lack of communication. If communication breaks down or one partner avoids important discussions, that's one. The second one is controlling behavior. When one person tries to control or manipulate. The third one is disrespect, consistent disrespect, insults, or belittling behavior. The fourth one is secrecy, excessive secrecy, or hiding things from each other. The fifth one is emotional or physical abuse. Any form of abuse is a serious red flag. If trust is consistently broken, it's an indicator of a deeper problem. The seventh one is different values, significant differences in core values or life goals. The eighth one is neglect. Emotional or physical neglect can harm. The ninth one is frequent conflict, constant unresolved conflicts that may indicate deeper issues. And the 10th one is lack of support, a partner who doesn't support your goals or well-being. Now, turn it over to Shenise.
What up, y'all? I'm back again in another video. So, yeah, I don't understand why trust is so far down in the list. Because I feel like once you can't trust your partner, you don't really got nothing to stand on. Why was that not number one? But yeah, every last one of those, I definitely feel like miscommunication. You have lack of trust. And when you secrecy, like when you are constantly hiding stuff from your partner, it may not even be anything that deep, but even if it's something small that you feel like you had to hide from your partner, like, yeah, your relationship is definitely, or you shouldn't have to feel like you can't trust them. I just feel like anybody that's taking a relationship seriously, like, whether the end goal is to get married or, you know, their end is just staying together for a long time, you're practicing marriage in itself because you don't want to separate from this person. You're also going to not, how can I put it? You're going to be loyal to that person. You know what I'm saying? So that if love is there, like you're going to be loyal to that person. You know what I'm saying? Like you're pretty much going to practice marriage. Like you're going to allow each other to lead the relationship into a good direction. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, I just really and truly feel like when someone sees red flags, like to me, what doesn't make sense is why continue to see red flags and allow it to cause problems? You know what I'm saying? Like, especially miscommunication. If y'all know y'all can't communicate right, and you need somebody to come in and help y'all figure out how to communicate with one another, it's like your relationship is not gonna last.
Right. I think that's more so just because people, I guess once they invested into this person, they want to give this person opportunity of like, oh, that's probably was just a one-off mistake or probably twice a mistake or something like that. Give them the benefit of the doubt. So
That's where the trust comes in because now it's like, okay, if I give you another opportunity to basically make it right, you need to make it right. And if you give somebody 100 opportunities, now it's like, okay, I can't even trust you no more. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, I understand like forgiving somebody, taking somebody back after like one red flag. That's cool. But if you constantly taking somebody else back, first it's miscommunication. Okay, that was a red flag. You know you can't really communicate a certain way with that person. Okay, one red flag. Okay, and then trust. Now it's like other stuff is happening. Now you feel like you can't trust that person. Two red flags. Okay, now boom, secret. Y'all hiding stuff from each other. You know what I'm saying? How many red flags do you need? I mean, how long was the list? It had 12 things on there. How many do you need to understand this relationship is not for you?
right.
Don't let, okay, miscommunication, not labeled as number one. Trust is number two, right? That's on my list. Well, trust is number one on my list. Once I feel like I can't trust you, it's over with. I don't understand how trust so far down in the list, but my number one is trust. You know what I'm saying? Once I don't trust you no more, that's it. It's over with. Like I might ride it out, but mentally I checked out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to keep dealing with somebody that I can't trust because now my insecurities and my mistrust in you is gonna allow me to think you're being secretive. It's gonna allow me to think that we having a lot of arguments and can't resolve that. You know what I'm saying? Boom, that's red flags in itself. All while I don't trust you. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
because I don't, flags is popping up, and now I'm like, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? I'm done. I'm out of here. Mentally, I might still write it out physically, but mentally, I'm planning my exit. But I like to bow out gracefully. You know, I'm gonna do it in a way to where it was like it was a little harsh, but it wasn't. We've seen worse in a breakup. Like that was actually kind of nice, like for it to still be a nasty breakup type stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
But I'm not just from the years I've been on this earth. I done seen females stay in a relationship more so because they say that they don't feel like starting over, and it's too much work getting to know somebody new from what I was told.
with females, one thing for us is biologically, like y'all have to admit, bodies on bodies on bodies. You know what I'm saying? We kind of we don't get that pass. You know what I'm saying? So we understand that with men. So we're like, okay, well, instead of adding a new body because this didn't work, I'd rather somebody who it didn't work with. Like I'd rather try again with you and take a different approach with you and see if I still get the same result. You know what I'm saying? Now that's the intention. However, a lot of females easily get sucked into that old mentality because they're not demanding that man to change for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and as a man, like I feel like as a man, men are oftentimes we give y'all what are they called? We give y'all ultimatums. You know what I'm saying? So, but you can't keep like asking for chances. Say like if it's like a situation where I'm like, okay, I took you back after you cheated. If you cheat on me again, this is it. Where
Right.
females like realize that it really have to be it. You know what I'm saying? For
Right.
a man and really change for you, or for you to know if he's really gonna change for you. Like you
Right.
have to ultimatum, like if you do this, we will not be together no more. That's what and I feel like if a man
And I agree with that. That's reasonable because if he really care about her, he would do better.
where females mess up is if you do this, we're done. Y'all done for a week and then now y'all back. Like, no, you're not supposed to do that, sis. What are you doing? No, you supposed to let a month go by. You supposed to a month is a long time for y'all. You supposed to let a month go by, sis. A month of no intimacy, a month of this, a month of that. And a lot of females they crack after a week. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you got to be patient and trust the process because if he don't care that you're back in a week, see if he care if you don't come back in a month. You know what I'm saying? It's like, see what happens when you really disappear. And then what a lot of females don't understand either is take that energy that you're feeling sad about that relationship and put it into making you a better you. When you decide to spin that black, because sometimes, you know what I'm saying? You could see if what he's doing is beneath you or not now. You know? So that's how you know with red flags. You know if that person is worth even working out with. I just feel like honestly, a guy wouldn't mind if you pick up red flags or not. They don't care that much about you. You know what I'm saying? So why would they care if they being sloppy? But if they really care about you, they're not gonna let you catch everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah.
It's a double standard when it comes to certain things. When you're talking about bodies.
That because biologically, you know what I'm saying? The male species just they like to do things to help reproduce. So it's just, but I feel like with females, what they should definitely do is just be smart about the bodies because guys be acting like if I said, oh, I had a, but it's like how you get there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, because men,
You're the same, but
it's the same thing, and I understand men, but when men have sex with multiple females, he's doing it out of just getting pleasure most of the time. He's not doing it because he's in love with these females.
no, we understand that. But you think we love all these niggas? No, like y'all need to every, and I hate to kind of validate this.
But I don't know because I'm not a female. But for y'all to be turned on,
You're right. I'm about to give you some free game. You do whatever you want with it, okay? So I feel like y'all do it for pleasure. What makes y'all think that we're not capable of doing it for pleasure too? Because y'all think that we're more emotional, right? That we have to actually like somebody to do that with them. No, that's not the case. No, 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 no. Once you go through a certain, I feel like with females,
I say it's select females that are considered dudes.
but for y'all feel like because y'all get that pass for a female to do it, oh, she's masculine. But no, not necessarily, because you have to understand, like, sex is very, like, it's a very, when you're doing it right, a very powerful feeling.
The
So
way it's
both
supposed to be done.
that are on the same vibe, you're equal on that level when it comes to sex. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, just like men have high sex drives, when a woman taps into having a high sex drive, she literally can do it just for pleasure because she understands that's all that that is. We don't have to necessarily like the guy, but it's just at the end of the day, we know that it brings pleasure.
That's what I'm saying. It's different because for a girl she got to get turned on at least, or either find him like some type of sex appeal for her to either want to.
It has to make sense. For y'all, it don't have to make sense.
Right.
That's why I must be looking the way that it do. They don't think words, right? But
Right.
we talk because in case if that were to be the case, it has to make sense. So yes, we're a little bit more selective. We should be because I wouldn't want to walk around and some missing tooth bandit dude talking about, yeah, I hit her. Who you hit? Not me. Don't play with me. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, no, no. You're not about to think that you can just like on me. Like, no, go find another missing tooth bandit. Hey, somebody that's more your steez. That ain't me though. Like, yeah, I do feel like guys should be a lot more selective of who they decide to give their time to. Because if you're a guy that came up to me and I seen your rap sheet of females, like what do they call it? Oh, your lineup. If I seen your lineup and half of them females is bummy, you don't need like what? That's embarrassing. How dare you even think you can walk up to me? That's having standards though. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's why women are very different. Like we prefer to have some sort of standards. Now some guys may make the cut of other over others. You know what I'm saying? But it got to be something about you that really made that cut. It needed to make sense.
Yeah.
You know?
Because it's like we try to. It's still more intimate with y'all.
Because I can get it whenever. I'm not looking for the next person. I'm not on no dating app. If you like me and I like you, I can get it whenever. Like what? You're making yourself available for me. I'm making myself available for you. Why am I going to constantly go through different people? No, we need to figure out different ways to spice it up. Like, why are we adding so many bodies? What's the reason? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. You figure each other out. And then, but what I also feel like too is where guys mess up is they rush stuff. They want to know, like, I just want to know what that's like before I even start talking to you. Like, no, talk to that person first and understand their mental to see if that even makes sense to even give yourself away to. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how a lot of people end up in situationships. You still, now you're making yourself available to them. That is your obligation to them. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, when you really think about it. So you want to look at red flags to even see if that's something that is even worth freaking continuing. You know, red flags and if that can go any type of way, whether it's a friendship, a situationship, a friends with benefits, boyfriend, girlfriend, a marriage. There's always underlying red flags that's gonna mess it up. And trust
Is the biggest one.
when you can't trust, it all feels the same, right? That's why I say trust is number one. So
To me, it don't gotta necessarily be number one, but it's the most important one to me also.
because I feel like if I cannot trust you, we don't have nothing. Essentially, there is coexistence there, but essentially for me, mentally and emotionally, there is no relationship there, whether it's a friendship, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's with my partner or, you know what I'm saying? If I do not trust you in general, all across the board, it feels the same for me. So that's why I say my number one red flag is trust. If I can't trust you, we don't have nothing. We don't got nothing to talk about. We don't, you know what I'm saying? We can coexist, but there's nothing there for me. There's no substance to our relationship if I can't trust you. You know what I'm saying? There's no use for you or me like that. You know what I'm saying? That's why trust for me is number one. We don't have nothing. I can't trust you to get little stuff. You know what I'm gonna always doubt. I'm gonna, so
You know, my other thing, I understand what you're saying, but just when you first meeting people, like somebody new, there's no, it's what's the word? Good faith. We give the person a good faith gesture, meaning we give them the benefit of the doubt that we hope that this person that we plan on talking to don't hurt us,
yeah.
meaning open yourself up to be vulnerable. So it's like you giving your trust to someone without them really earning your trust. So is that's part? I know that's part of the process, though, when it comes to meeting new people in general, whether they be somebody you want to talk to or a friend. So
Though, right? On the first encounter of somebody, yes, you do give them the benefit of the doubt, I believe, right? But that's like a 50-50 trust. You're still putting some sort of teensy bit of trust that that person could potentially be either telling you the truth or be who they really say they are, right? So you'll leave it open for you to not be disappointed. That's the difference with the benefit of the doubt. So then it's up to that person that you're giving the benefit of the doubt to, right? To hurry up and build your trust quickly or you know what I'm saying? So how do you do that? You take time or every day for 3 years or however long it takes to quickly build up that person's trust. So my thing is, yeah, so that's easier to do on the first encounter because you're already given the benefit of the doubt. So you're not as uptight, but you're still a little uptight. You know what I'm saying? And then once they start showing you who they are, it can either be quickly destroyed or quickly built up. You know what I'm saying? If somebody breaks your trust very, very quickly early on knowing them, it's easy to replace them. You didn't get to know them for too long. You know what I'm saying? So in terms of forgiving, hard. It's just once that person does not trust you, it's very, very hard to get it back. Yeah, that's
it
why I
take
say,
it take like a serious situation to get the trust back.
oh yeah,
A dire situation. So my other question. Well, it's not even a question. Well, it's a question, but it's also a scenario, though. So, hypothetically speaking, say a guy and a girl, they meet each other for the first time, instantly fall in love. That's all they wrote. Married, kids, the 3 years in Paris, and they living their best life. And and even though they have like differences, they do they support they work through and communicate, blah blah blah. So would you consider the first one a red flag also still, or would you not consider that a red flag?
because I mean they're working everything out
So it wouldn't be considered a red flag.
in a healthy environment. Y'all not y'all not having no issues. Y'all enjoying each other. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying
Y'all
they're not having no issues. I'm saying they work through their issues. They communicate their issues and work on it. The first
not
couple.
having no issues because as long as you know how to problem solve, that's not an issue. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Yeah, trust the process. Trust
So,
it.
so if somebody, whether it's male or female, if they say that basically they feel that this person, like they just met the person, and they said that they don't like that they feel this way about this person, even though it's a good feeling, would you consider that a red flag?
Scared. You know what I'm saying? So when you get with the person, you figure it out, right? And like when all the important things in a relationship, once you have to apply that, that's when you'll really know if it's gonna stand or fall apart. You know what I'm saying? But you don't really know if you really, really love him unless you get with him.
No, I asked because somebody asked me a question, so I was like, I didn't know how to answer her question properly, but I just just get her to rock eyebrow a little bit because I was a little confused about how just meeting that person and stuff like that. So that's why I said it could. All I say is possible that anybody, you could meet somebody for the first time and y'all just hit it right off. So I do believe love at first sight. So
Yeah.
I really do believe that. So, but it's not for everybody. For a select few.
A firm believer in taking your time to really get to know somebody. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's cool. Maybe the universe sent you your soulmate directly. You know what I'm saying? But I am just a firm believer in, like taking my time and really getting to know everything I need to know about this person before, I wasn't always like this. I'm older now, you know what I'm saying? But it's like if I decide to reproduce with you, like if I'm obviously intimate, I need to start thinking like, I need to know if I accidentally reproduce with you that if it even makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Do I even really like you? Do I even, when I'm going through my little storms and my little discomfort, are you there to comfort me? When I'm sick, are you there? Like, are you doing, like, are you making me feel better? Or are you sending me? I want to know how you're going to treat me if I allow you in my presence in that type of way. You know what I'm saying? That's per se. A lot of people don't think about that. They just, jump the gun. But I just feel like in order to really know if a relationship is going to be a good one, a nice and healthy one, you have to start off slow and you have to really build up good communication with that person first. I mean, good communication, I feel like, well, it could be number one, but yeah, build up good communication. But you also got to trust that they're going to want to do that with you. You know what I'm saying?
To me, communication is key to everything. Why I put it like just more so because if you can communicate, then there's no trust is ever established. Just from my perspective, because you got to be able to communicate. That's how the world works in general, in every aspect of life. Even people like you don't know, you communicate with them because that's just how this world. You got to communicate to get things done, regardless.
That's true. Yeah, I do. I definitely agree. I just feel like that one is just high up on the list. Communication.
That's why I said to me it's the most important one. Trust is the most important one. But to me, communication, because we can communicate is either basically what you said that there's no communication involved at all. Well, it's some form of communication, meaning we just know what we doing with each other. That's the form, like nonverbal communication. And we just come in here. Well, basically, I just base it off a movie. They both meet each other at the hotel. They have sex with each other. Then they both go their separate ways back to their their real reality, their husband and their wife back at home. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's different forms of communication, but I say that's the to me is one of the most important ones. But to wrap up with red flags is in a relationship. Can you break it down for them so they can know what it is, so they don't get confused about what red flags are in a relationship?
With me, but I'm just gonna do like like a little summary of red flags, like just miscommunication. When the communication is off, y'all can't talk through y'all problems. You're not utilizing troubleshooting or whatever. That's definitely like a red flag. Like if you don't trust somebody, you don't feel like you can be all the way truthful and honest with them, like just those are some things that you need to look at. And it could even be like red flags in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Look at all the things that you're doing to your partner or that your partner is doing to you and just set boundaries. But definitely, change behavior, just all types of ways to just be able to, know when you're coming into something that's toxic. That's all I got to say on that though.
That's it for our podcast for tonight. We hope y'all enjoyed it, and make sure you look out for the red flags in your relationship if you have any red flags.